Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I'm Rojina Rai, starting with the headlines first. Two person has killed in a road accident that took place at Pepsi Cola of Kathmandu. Two others killed in separate road accident in Sinduli. Dengue spread continues unabated across the country. More than 21,000 cases reported, 13 deaths confirmed. Thousands evacuated after Typhoon Haikyuu slams a Taiwan island to cancel flights. And Nepal emerges victorious against Bhutan in its third match of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers. Welcome back. Now we have the news in detail. Two persons have been killed in a road accident that took place at Pepsi Cola of Kathmandu this morning. 14 persons were injured in the accident that took place at 7:30 this morning when a bus from Jaributi towards Pepsi Cola collided a jeep coming from the opposite direction. Among them, two succumbed to the injuries, according to spokesperson of District Police Range Kathmandu. Superintendent of Police Kumot Dhungel, a scooter, and also collided following the collision between the two vehicles. According to SP Dhungel, 8 of the injured are undergoing treatment at Motherland Hospital in Pepsi Cola, while 6 are admitted at civil hospitals in New Baneswar. The bus driver involved in the accident, 24-year-old Janak Raut of Ramechhap, has been detained by the police. Elsewhere, 2 persons were killed while 4 others were injured in a road accident that took place near 5 kilo of Sunkosi municipality in Sinduli last night. The accident took place as a jeep carrying passengers was heading from Dolakha to Kathmandu. According to Sindupalchok District Police Office, the jeep driver Uttam Raj Maharjan and Balbahadur Khatri of Barabise, Sindupalchok, were among those who died. The jeep reportedly fell about 300 meters below the road and the occupants were rescued by the locals. The injured in the accident are undergoing treatment in Dhulikhel. Now to the further development, the dengue infection is surging in Nepal. With recent data released by Epidemiology and the Disease Control Division revealing a total of 21,206 confirmed cases of dengue infection, it is noteworthy that the division had previously forecasted an increase in dengue cases from mid-August to mid-October. Tragically, the dengue contagion has claimed the lives of 13 individuals thus far. Dr. Rudra Prasad Marasini, the director of the division, attributes this escalation trend to the persistent rain showers that Nepal has been experiencing. Dengue was initially identified in Nepal in 2004. In 2022, a staggering 54,784 individuals fell victim in dengue, resulting in 88 fatalities due to the contagion. Sunsari district has emerged as the epicenter of dengue cases in the nation. The division's data indicates that Sunsari district has reported an alarming 11,659 instances of dengue infection. Falling closely behind, Morang stands as the second highest on the list with 2,242 cases, while Dhading ranks third with 2,101 reported cases of dengue infection so far. We still have more updates on the side. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Welcome back. You're on Nepal Television News. Now we have remaining updates. The hearing on the writ petition against the Kosi government is being held today. The hearing scheduled for Friday was adjourned for today after Justice Ishwar Prasad Khatiwara refused to conduct the hearing. According to Govinda Prasad Gimire, Information Officer of the Supreme Court, the adjourned hearing will be conducted in a single bench of Justice Ishwar Prasad Khatiwara. On the 24th of August, the Khatiwara bench had ordered that the person presiding over the provincial assembly meeting should not take long-term and policy decisions, saying that it was unconstitutional to vote in favor of a motion of confidence. Before that, on 21st August, Chief Minister Uddhav Thapa had announced that the vote of confidence was obtained by using the vote of Speaker in the Kosi Province Assembly, and former Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki had filed a petition in the Supreme Court saying that this was unconstitutional. Now to the further development, a woman has been arrested with 1 kilogram of gold brought from Kerung in China through the Rasuagari border transit. Russia Police Deputy Superintendent Subhas Burathaki informed that the arrested person is Pache Mutamang, a 40-year-old resident of Gosaikunda Municipality 3. DSP Burathaki said that during a joint check of Nepal Police Armed Police Force and Russia Customs Office at the Rasuagari Friendship Bridge on the Nepal-China border, on that part 1 kilogram of gold was recovered from her. District Police Office Rasua informed that she has been taken into custody along with the belongings while investigation is underway. Now we have updates from international front lines. Domestic flights were cancelled and almost 3,000 people were evacuated as Taiwan girded for the arrival of Typhoon Haiku on Sunday, which is expected to bring torrential rain and strong winds to the island's south and east. Haiku is forecast to make a landfall in the mountainous and sparsely populated far southeast of Taiwan Island late Sunday afternoon, with counties and cities in the east and south cancelling classes and declaring a day off for workers. Haiku is a much weaker storm than Typhoon Saula, which hit Hong Kong and the southern Chinese province of Guangdong on Saturday. Haiku is expected to be only a Category 1 or 2 typhoon when it hits Taiwan, according to Tropical Storm Risk. We still have international headliners at the site. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Now we are moving on to further development. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Saturday that 2 more ships had passed through a temporary Black Sea shipping corridor established since Russia withdrew from a UN-backed grain export deal in July. The president did not identify the vessels involved or say when they had completed their passes. Officials on Friday said 2 vessels has cleared the corridor, bringing to 4 the number that have used it. Zelensky said Ukraine was restoring true freedom of navigation in the Black Sea. Freedom requires determination. Russia has blocked Ukrainian ports since it invaded its neighbor in February 2022 and threatened to treat all vessels as potential military targets after pulling out of the UN-backed deals. Yes, now further development from US President Joe Biden has vowed to give Florida any support it needs to rebuild in the wake of Tropical Storm Idalia destruction. Biden was speaking during a visit to the state where at least 2 people are known to have died after the storm made a landfall on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Governor Ron DeSantis chose not to meet the president on his trip. DeSantis, who is standing to become his Republican Party's candidate for president, had earlier suggested Biden's presence could hinder disaster response efforts. The Nobel Foundation has reversed a much criticized decision to invite Russia, Belarus and Iran to this year's awards ceremony in Stockholm. Russia and its ally Belarus were not invited last year following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, while Iran was left out over its human rights record. Ukraine had criticized this year's decision and hailed Saturday's U-turn as a victory for humanism. The awards ceremony is held in Stockholm on 10 December, the anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel, the man who established the fund. The King of Sweden honors laureates in fields including medicine, physics, literature, and economics. To the more updates, before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now we have updates from International Frontline. The rare all-white wild panda captured on camera in China 4 years ago was recently identified as a male. According to the Wolong National Nature Reserve Administration in southwest China's Sichuan province, in mid-April 2019, the panda was captured by an infrared camera about 2,000 meters above sea level in Wolong. The researchers later installed multiple real-time infrared cameras in the area and obtained an increasing number of video recordings of its activities. The team also made lots of efforts to collect biological samples of the white panda, such as its feces, to identify its gender. After obtaining the fecal sample of the white panda, the staff delivered it to a testing institution. Using advanced genetic sequencing technology, they conducted precise analysis and interpretation, ultimately confirming its gender. The researchers said they would release more biological information about the white giant panda after further analysis. Now we are moving on to sports. Nepal has registered a comfortable victory against Bhutan in its third match of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers. In the match held at YST UKM Cricket Oval Cricket Ground in Malaysia earlier this morning, Nepal defeated Bhutan 3 wickets. Bhutan managed to make 39 runs with a loss of 8 wickets in 20 overs. Nepal earlier defeated Malaysia in its first match and Bahrain in second match. Third seed and the 2021 champion Daniil Medvedev is through to the second week in New York for the 5th year in a row and will play Australian 13th seed Alexei de Minaur for a spot in the quarterfinals. Medvedev closed out the victory with an ace on his first match point in the tiebreak as he finished well past 1 a.m. for the second straight match. World number 32 Bice came into the US Open bursting with confidence after title at Kitzbühel and Winston-Salem, reaching the third round over Grand Slam for the first time ever. However, hard-court specialist Medvedev, winner of 4 titles on the surface this season, started quickly and really looked into trouble as he took the first 2 sets with minimal fuss. And Erling Owens Javier scrapped by Czech Mary Buzukwa 057-7663 to keep her latest US Open champion on track to the third round on Saturday despite an error-riddled performance. The Tunisian fifth seed said this week she was feeling like a zombie due to illness but came back from the dead to overcome a cold-headed Bozkova, firing over 56 winners under the lights on Earth Stadium. She will next play China's Qingwan, who beat Italian Lucia Bronzetti 6-3 for 6-6-4 in the round of 16. With this, we come to the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines once again. Two persons has killed in a road accident that took place over Pepsi Cola of Kathmandu. Two others killed in a separate road accident in Sinduli. Dengue spread continues unabated across the country. More than 21,000 cases reported, 13 deaths confirmed. Thousands evacuated after Typhoon Haiku slams Taiwan Island. Flights cancelled. Authorities urge for caution. And Nepal emerges victorious against Bhutan in its third match of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers. Well, this is all we have at this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.